of AC in comparison to DC. DC also has its own advantages, but AC power, what is it? See, as far as the AC power is concerned, there is no polarity as such. In AC, there is sorry, in where is the this thing? Yeah, in AC, there is no polarity. There is there is no polarity. So one thing in AC is that we find that in AC system there is no polarity. One more advantage of AC system is that AC system can be transmitted to long distances. Transmitted to long distances, okay, via transformer and substation networks. Okay, so it is very easy to substation network. Suppose you are generating AC power at a remote location 500 kilometers from Bangalore. So you can give that supply, AC supply, even to Bangalore. Okay. So what you have to do is that you have to utilize a transformer, and you have to have a network, okay, transmission line, substation. That network is called the network of substation. Now the most important thing as far as the AC and DC is concerned, okay, even in your 11th or 12th class you have studied. See, for example, if you have time, okay, and you have a current here in this axis, so the current is represented like this. Okay, so you have constant magnitude and direction. In case of constant magnitude and direction, so in AC you don't have a fluctuating magnitude. Okay, oh sorry, in DC, unlike AC, in AC, like this signal is there. Okay, so in AC what will happen? So it's a sinusoidal signal usually. So in AC you get a sinusoidal signal like this. Okay, it is a sinusoidal signal like this. So you have a positive cycle. Okay, so this complete cycle over here, see here, this is a cycle. Okay, so a circle, if you break a circle into four quadrants, so this is 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees. So total angle of the circle is 360 degrees. If you have to write this angle in terms of radian, so you'll write 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degrees. So here also the complete cycle, this is the positive half cycle. So I can say that this is my positive half cycle. This one I can say this is my positive half cycle, positive half cycle, and this I can say this is my negative half cycle. Negative half cycle. So if full cycle is having 2 pi radians, half cycle will have, tell me how many radians? Yeah, Srushti, tell me.
Pyradian.
5 radians.
So half cycle will be having pi radians. So if I have to represent this till here, it would be pi. Okay. Then after that, from here to here, this would be here. It would be 2 pi. This is the complete cycle, positive half cycle
Sir,
and
this
negative.
is with respect to current and time, sir.
With respect to what and time?
Current and time.
Yeah, with respect to this is time only. Yeah, time.
Above
And this
that,
is
sir, above that graph, you wrote
uh,
some constants, magnitude, and direction. That is for which, sir?
for this, for DC. This is for DC. This is for AC. Okay, this is for AC. So I'm showing you constant in case of a DC system, you will be always having a constant magnitude and constant this thing. What do you say? Constant magnitude, and it will be having a constant magnitude and constant graph. So whereas a AC system is concerned, so AC system as having a time varying graph. So this you can see it's a sinusoidal thing. And one more thing is there. You can see it has a periodicity in it. So after every pi radian, it is repeating. It is going to negative half. Now, if you see still, if I carry on this, okay. So carry on in the direction. So this is 2 pi, okay. So this would be again pi addition 3 pi. This is 4 pi. So you are seeing that it has some periodicity to it. So this periodicity represents a frequency. So herein there is no change of frequency or nothing. It's a straight line. It's going till infinity until and unless battery completely discharges. So whenever you have a DC battery connected to it, it will always give you 3 volts. Okay, whatever the case, it will always give you, whatever the case, it will always give you 3 volts. But unlike the DC system, in the AC system it's not like that. In the AC system you don't have that particular system. Like the DC case was there, so you have seen the DC case. Now you tell me one thing. So in India, you have heard there is some frequency, okay? Previously, when there was a prime minister announced like 9 p.m. for 8 or 9 minutes or 10 minutes, we are going to shut down the lights, and then all the power industry in every paper it was like that grid will collapse. We have to take precautions. What is the reason for that? Can you tell me? Can anyone tell? Because like it is general knowledge. So many things came. Like in the Corona time, Prime Minister announced that we are going to withhold electricity, or we are going to switch off electricity for some time. All of us will withhold electricity. What will happen in case of AC? What comes to your mind? Anything? What comes to your mind? Tell me. Hmm? Yeah, Manoj. What comes to your mind? Anything can come to your mind. That you have to tell.
Sir,
Hmm?
once again, can you repeat the question, sir?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Some time back, Prime Minister had announced us that we are going to stop electricity use in the night, like in the Corona time. Mr. Modi had announced we are going to reduce the use of electricity in the evening time, and then certain precautions were made. Why people were saying that grid will collapse and all? What was the reason? Can anybody? What comes to your mind when I'm asking you this?
This is
Hmm?
the financial problem, sir.
Not financial problem. So what will happen basically is that an AC system, an AC system works with AC system. You can see na new board. You can see,
Yes, sir.
yeah. AC system has some frequency. Okay, some frequency. Okay, so with this frequency it works. Okay, in India, in India, the frequency of the grid, the frequency of the of the grid is 50 hertz. Some of your relatives might be in United States, or your elders, or some of them might be studying, or even if your friends. So in USA, this frequency is at, in USA it is at 60 hertz. Okay, so what is this frequency basically?
Sir, what is
Frequency,
that grid, sir?
grid is the power network. Grid is the power network. Like for example, here you have a generator. Okay, you have a transmission line. Okay, you have a transformer. This is a transformer. Okay, then you have transformer. Okay, then again you have transformer. Then you have service main, and you have your house. Okay, this entire network from here to here is the grid. From grid only it is coming to your home. Power, if you notice the power, how it is entering to your houses and all. So there is a distribution transformer that is connected near to your colony, or to your location, wherein it is fetching some 20-30 houses. A distribution transformer is there. So this is the grid. Okay, so what we are interested here is, in USA it is at 60 hertz, here it is at 50 hertz. So when I'm talking about the frequency, okay, now you tell me one thing. I showed you about the DC quantity. I showed you the DC quantity, quantity like this. This was time, okay? This was the constant current, constant magnitude, as well as the direction. You can see there is constant magnitude and direction. Huh? So here, if you are seeing the constant magnitude and the direction, you can say this is the current, okay, on the x-axis. So this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. Now here you see I showed you for the AC system. Okay, for the this is for the AC system. This is my time axis and this is my current. Okay, so this is my positive half cycle and negative half cycle. Positive, negative, and positive. Okay, this would be the same thing. Okay, positive, negative, and positive. So this is magnitude and direction change with time here. What happens is that magnitude and direction change with time. So you can see it is changing with time. Okay. Okay, now you came to know about AC and DC. Now if I draw a signal like this, another signal, okay, you tell me what kind of a signal is this. Okay, see, this is my current again. Okay, and this is my signal like this. Signal is like this. Hmm. Plus, plus, and plus. Whether this is AC or DC, tell me.
AC, sir.
You are,
DC, sir.
you are telling DC. Somebody is telling AC. See, AC it is wrong.
Yes, sir.
Why it is wrong for AC? Because there is no change in direction. Okay, so there is no positive and negative. In AC there would be always positive and negative half cycle. Now AC is basically like this, phase and neutral. There's no concept of plus and minus. In AC, power will flow like this. Okay, this path from this point to this point, suppose this is B and C, this is called the go path. Okay, go path. In the go path the loss would be I square R. Now this point to this point, this is called the return path. Okay, so here the loss would be I square R. So in single phase AC, in single phase AC, power loss is basically 2 I square R. But when you see the DC, you are plus minus. So this plus and minus, there is only one path. Okay, this is the path. So if you keep this as P, I told you this will be also P. This is N. This also remains N. So there is only one path P to N. But in case of AC, you see there is like there is a path till here, and there's a go path and return path. Okay, in AC there is the concept of phase and neutral. Okay, and there is no polarity. Now you will tell, sir, what is phase and what is neutral? See, as if you connect phase, like in your home, if you go inside your home, if you connect a testing bulb, okay, if you connect it to phase, one end to phase and another end to neutral, okay, the bulb will glow. Okay, it will glow. Now across the neutral, if you connect between neutral and earth, there are 3 points usually: phase, neutral, and earth. Now what is this earth? If you see the plug, sometimes there are like this 3 socket plug is there. Okay, so what is this 3 socket? One point is phase, another point is neutral, and another point is earth. Suppose this earth is meant, why? Whenever anybody is making a new house, you notice that while he is constructing his house, what he'll do, he'll put glass sheets, he'll put some amount of charcoal, okay, and salt. Why he does that, charcoal and salt? Now I told you in the very beginning, current is like water flow, isn't it? It is like water flow. Okay, and imagine a river. So the river is flowing. Okay, now here there is upslope, there is a mountain, and here there is a fall. Okay, how river will go? Will it climb the mountain, flow like this, or will it fall down like this? Tell me.
Fall
Fall
down.
down.
It will fall down like this. Now in current, suppose if we are putting this charcoal and salt over there, so what it does for current is that it creates a path of fall. It creates a, why it is falling down, fall, because this path is of least resistance. This path is of least resistance. It is giving least resistance to water flow, and it is giving maximum resistance. That is the reason it is falling. Maximum resistance. Now, when we are adding salt and charcoal to our house, and then we are connecting a rod and connecting it to ground outside our home, so what happens if there is some leakage current? Some leakage will happen, okay, via some loose connection, something is there, some leakage happens. So what it does is that the leakage current is just like a river. So river will flow to the path of least resistance. Now what is the path of least resistance? The bed which we have connected, that is salt and charcoal, down the home, and it is connected, and it is going to the ground. So it will go to the ground. If we don't do earthing, what happens is that we don't know what is the path of least resistance. Now we are at the mercy of our house. So sometimes what happens is the path of least resistance, least resistance becomes your, sometimes you open the fridge in some homes, open the fridge, you suddenly get a shock, sudden shock, okay. And sometimes what happens, you are open water tap, you're getting shocked. Have Has anyone got like this? Huh?
Yes, sir.
So many
Yes,
times
sir.
it happens. Why? Huh?
Sir.
So why does it happen? But the shock is not severe, okay. But this is due to the, this is due to the leakage current, due to the leakage current, okay. This is due to the leakage current, okay. And the house is not properly, and the house is not properly earthed. House is not properly earthed. Earthing is not done, okay. So this is the point. Like somebody can ask you this, maybe you are from IS background, but for general knowledge. So now coming back to our discussion. So this point that I showed you over here, this point I showed you over here, this is my plus, this is my plus, this is my plus, same magnitude. So what I notice is that magnitude is changing, but direction remains the same. So magnitude is changing, but direction remains same. So the point here is, one thing, AC, it is not AC outrightly neglected because the direction has to change. Now about the DC, the DC means it's a constant direction, constant magnitude. You saw there was no change in magnitude, constant magnitude and same direction. So what is this signal? So this signal is called as pulsating DC. So this signal, we will say this is a DC in nature, but but it is pulsating. Suppose in a printing press we need a uniform torque getting applied. So uniform torque will get applied with a DC supply only, with a DC machine. But here we are not getting this thing. So this type of signal is called as a pulsating DC. So what are the advantages of AC? Yeah, tell me any advantages of AC as far as now.
Sir,
Yeah,
what is pulsating, sir?
pulsating means it does not remain in a same direction. It is pulsating in nature. It will it see, it will not give you uniform torque. Suppose uniform torque, how you will get uniform torque with respect to DC? You have current same direction at every point. Suppose this is point X, you have same magnitude. At point Y, you have same magnitude. So you know for sure that I'm applying 10 Newton force. So 10 Newton force is getting applied at every point. But here, if you see here at X point, at Y point, there is a maximum. At another point it is going low. At this point, suppose I write M N S, so it is changing at different points, it's not remaining. So this is pulsating, this is varying, okay. Pulsating would mean varying. So this type of varying signal I need to see why I'm using this DC and AC. Why I'm using? What is the reason why I'm using? For some operation purposes. Now I want to ask you one important question. In the books, it will not get these things. Means you will get, but not in this thing. See, tell me, why are we going for single phase? If I tell you there is like this, if I tell you I have this, okay, this is my R, Y, B, and this is my neutral, okay, neutral point over here, okay. This type of connection is called as star connection. This is three phase, okay. So suppose I bake like I add one more phase. I like this. I'll say let this be X, X, one more phase Y. So it becomes a five phase system. Okay, five phase system. If I add still more, I can use. So you have heard about like single phase and three phase. Have you heard about five phase or six phase system? Anyone?
No, sir.
No,
But
sir.
I
No,
have,
sir.
but I have heard of 48 phase system in Bangalore, Yalanka only. Bangalore, Yalanka. Where is it? It is in the rail wheel factory of India. Rail wheel factory, India. So they are utilizing 48 phase system. What they are making? They are making railway coaches, railway coaches, as well as they are making the tires. What you call tires for the rails. So they need this 48 phase system to melt steel. Okay, so they are employing this. So why? It depends upon the, if you are increasing the number of phases, what happens is that the power what you are getting, it increases. For example, for a single phase, power would be VI cos phi. So why this cos phi, in the later we will understand. For three phase, power would be 3 VI cos phi. Okay, similarly, if you are increasing the 48 phases, so it is 48 times VI cos phi. Okay, for 48 phase system. So we need more power to melt steel. So we need this much power. We three VI cos phi cannot melt steel. So we are increasing the phase to get more operation. As far as our home is concerned, single phase will do most of the operations like running of mixie and like hair dryer and other press or ironing of clothes or washing machine are good enough with single phase. Even your water motor and all works with single phase with an addition of a capacitor to it. Okay, but when we need a commercial application, at that time we need to increase the number of phases. So hope I have answered your question. So now the thing is that what are the advantages, what are advantages of AC?
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
sir, what it happen if we connect neutral and earthing, sir?
Nothing will, if you connect neutral and earthing, in between you will give voltmeter, so it will show you the leakage current. How much is the leakage current? If you are seeing between neutral and earth, it should not be more than 2 volt. In my home, what happened is between neutral and this earthing, it was showing 120 volts. Then I called the technician, who lineman who has connected. So at some points phase, then it will turn to neutral. So it will be our parallel connection, like this, neutral and phase. So at one point, what he has done, this point he has to give to phase, he has given to neutral, and this point he has given to phase. So what is happening is that, so this is my neutral has become phase at one point, at my lighting point. So what happens is that I'm seeing when I'm seeing at the outlet the voltage, I'm seeing between phase and earthing. So usually your leakage, if you connect neutral and earthing, usually they are not connected. There's a voltmeter in between. You can check the leakage. If the leakage is more than 2 volts, in rainy season it would be around 2 to 3 volts. Okay, but if it is more than this, then you have to replace. Then you have to check. Now there are some RTDS switches are there, other things are there. So you're from computer science background or electrical background? Hmm?
Computer science, sir.
So that then it is enough. for you to understand. Okay, because you are very much, you are Manoj, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you following now?
Sir, following, sir.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm telling you so many points, so many practical things are there. Yeah, so you have to understand certain things. Okay. Now, what are the advantages of AC? Usually, what are the advantages of AC? You tell me. See, the number one advantage of AC is that, see, I told you from a remote location, okay, in our Kashmir region, the power gets produced at Uri Lower Jhelum project is there. Okay, from there, this power is getting transported to Delhi. It's Haryana. So Delhi and Haryana are almost 1,000 to 800 kilometers far from this place. Power is getting generated at one place and it is getting transferred to other place. How it is possible? Because
Transformer.
because of transformer. So the number one thing is that the voltage in AC, you can say that the voltages in AC system, the voltages in AC system can be raised, or at similar time it can be also lowered with your transformer taps, lowered with the help of a with the help of a device called transformer. Okay, so this is one point. So tell me other point. Hmm? Any other point that's coming to your mind? What are the other advantage of it?
Sir, less power loss.
Less power loss compared to DC. See, what happens is that power you transfer that you are saying, power transfer is usually at high voltages. Okay, so when we are, see, basically what happens is that if you look at the transmission tower, okay, generation would be 11 kV at the generating station, or it can be 13 kV at the generating station. But if you look at the tower is around, here in India it's around 132 kV. Okay, uh, some towers are around 400 kV also. So what, from 13 kV, with the help of a transformer, it is stepped up, the voltage is stepped up and transferred. Power transfer at higher voltages, when the voltages are getting stepped up, so what will happen? Power remains constant, because power would be equal to Vi cos phi. So why I am writing this term cos phi, I will let you know. In AC system, unlike DC system, in DC system what we see is that if your voltage is in this direction, current is also in the same direction. So there is no angle between, or you can say 0 degrees between voltage and current, voltage and current. But in an AC system, suppose your voltage is like this, so the current would be at an angle to it, this angle. So this angle between theta v minus theta I, so is called as power factor, is called as power factor. So this is the angular difference between voltage phasor voltage phasor and current phasor is called power factor. And it is represented by this power factor is this cos theta phi. So you can have this power factor by a triangle like Pythagoras theorem, wherein you have like this. See here, I'm making a triangle like this. Okay, so this is my S. So basically S is equal to V into I. What is V? V is voltage. And what is I? I is current. Okay, so this is current. V into I is current. So here I am writing P. Here I am writing Q. P is what? P is the active power. Active power, or we also name it as wattful component. Wattful component. Also it is called as, in some books you will find it as true power. Okay, true power. So here if I keep an angle theta over here, so you tell me what is my cos theta. Cos theta is p by, p is my base, by hypotenuse is s. Okay, so I can write my p is equal to s cos theta. Okay, from this triangle. So this triangle which you are seeing over here is called as, power triangle. Power triangle. And this s, as you saw over here, it is called as, this s, this is called as apparent power. Okay, apparent power, or complex power. Okay, this s can be also written in terms like this: p plus jq. Now this form you have seen, this form, from where this form came. Now in this particular discussion regarding the AC, you have to understand there are two forms of representing, two forms. Unlike DC, whenever there is an angle, so there are two forms. One form is called as the rectangular form. Okay, a rectangular form. So this rectangular form, as you can see over here, you can write a plus jb. Okay, and another form is called as the polar form. Polar form, if you have to express this quantity, rectangular, into quantity, the magnitude of this is a square plus b square, and the angle would be tan inverse of b by a. Now I'll explain. See, I write this one at an angle theta. Okay, one at an angle theta is represented like this: cos theta plus j sin theta. Okay, so this is my polar, this is my rectangular. Okay, now can I convert this rectangular into polar? Let's see. Rectangular to polar, I told you how I will write. I have to write polar form. So I don't know, it is 1 at an angle theta. Let's see. Here, what is the value of A? A is this cos theta. Sorry. What is the value of B? B is sin theta. Okay, B is sin theta. So can't we write for polar form? I have to write polar form. Can't we write for polar form? How can we write? A square plus B square. So A is cos square theta and B is sin square theta plus sin square theta under root. Okay, so and what would be the angle? Angle is tan inverse of, so what is B? B is sin theta. What is A? A is cos theta. Cos theta. So tell me the value of C, sin square theta plus cos square theta. How much it is? From elementary 10th, you know. Sin square theta plus cos square
130.
theta is equal to 1. Under root of 1 is equal to 1. Under root of 1 is equal to 1. Now it becomes 1. It becomes under root. This value becomes here. It will become under root of 1. And at an angle of tan inverse of, this is sin theta cos theta. Tan inverse of tan theta.
Tan theta.
Tan theta. So tan inverse of tan x is how much? Is
X.
x only.
X,
X only. So can't I write this value as here? Here you see. Now can't I write this as 1 at an angle theta?
Yes,
1 at
sir.
an angle theta. So what I wrote in the beginning, 1 at an angle theta is equal to cos theta plus j sin theta. So isn't my polar form equal to my rectangular form? That's what I was trying to explain you by this example. So now now like when we'll be doing a problem, okay, so please note this. Anything is not clear, like visible or something like resistance, something, tell me, please tell me. Now it is visible, na? It is looking good, like as of for me it is looking good.
Yes, sir.
It's clear. Okay, so so if I have a triangle like this, okay, wherein this is 5, this is 3, and this is 4. Okay, I will ask you, this is P, this is Q, and this is my 5 is equal to S, and this is theta. Now if I want the value of cos theta, what is the value of cos theta? 3 by 5. So theta value I can calculate 0.6, cos inverse of 0.6 I can calculate. Now what is this Q? See, we saw Q is called as reactive power. What it is called? Reactive power. And how this Q is represented, how this reactive power is represented, just tell me. Yeah, in terms of theta, can you write Q? Yeah, in terms of theta, can you write the value of Q? Yeah, you can write the value of Q. Easily you can write. See here, what is sine theta?
Q by S.
Q by
Four.
S. Yeah, Q by S, correct. Q by S. So sine theta is Q by S. So Q is equal to S sine theta. So Q is equal to, what is S? S is V into I. V into I sine theta. What was cos theta? Cos theta was P by S. So what was P? P was equal to S cos theta. So this was nothing but VI cos theta. Got my point? So the thing is that this power you are seeing, this is sine theta, this is called as reactive power. Okay. So what is happening with the advantages of AC? The second advantage of AC as of now is that with stepping up of voltage, with stepping up of voltage, okay, AC can be transferred to long distances. So this is one thing, okay, long distances, because if we are increasing the voltages long distances, what happens is that current becomes low, current becomes less, and power loss becomes less, power loss becomes less. So another point, can you tell me? Yeah, tell me. See, as far as the DC is concerned, see, it becomes very difficult to make a high capacity DC generators. It is easy to high capacity AC generators is comparatively easy to design. So this is one point, easy to design. So this is one important property. Okay, one more thing is that easy to design, and around 11 kV we get uh, uh, high capacity AC generators is compared easy to run around 11 kV for generation purpose and about 220 kV for transmission is in common use. So this is very common. Normally we have this. So you will also find that there are 13 kV. Now what is the maximum AC power that has been transferred? Do you know in our country? Hmm? Hmm? Where is it? It is 765 kV maximum. And where is it? Tomorrow I want answer from you. There's one more HVDC line that is from Assam to one place in this down Maharashtra. I'm forgetting its name. It's for 800 kV. So that also you find. Okay. So you should know about your country and all. Where is the largest transmission network? And in Madhya Pradesh also, I think it's the world's largest. So something like that you have to check out. So it's good if you have a little bit general knowledge also. So now I want to ask you, what is another advantage of AC is that AC supply can be easily got converted to obtain DC supply with the help of a what? With the help of a rectifier or converter. Like, see, in your home, usually in office buildings, in everywhere, we have AC supply. Suddenly AC goes, then we have inverters connected. So we have the backup data, computer and all that are running on inverters, even in the residential homes. So it is comparatively easy to store AC, okay, with the help of inverters. So they are very, the fourth point would be it is easy to store. It is easy to store AC. Okay. Now one more thing is that what is an alternating quantity? If somebody asks you to define an alternating quantity, see, how do you say? What is it? So basically, it's a quantity which undergoes variation in its instantaneous values. Okay, in magnitude as well as direction with respect to some zero reference called as with reference to, so this is called as the alternating quantity as such you saw. Now can you tell me the difference between AC and DC? What are the main difference between AC and DC and applications? So what is the difference? Hmm? See, what is the difference between AC and DC? Tell me. Hmm? Tell me. See, number one thing is that in AC, what you saw, the direction in alternating quantity, the magnitude of current, okay, is varying with time, okay. But in case of a DC, the current is constant with respect to time. Number one thing. Now the number second thing, in case of a AC, there is definitely reversal of direction while flowing in a circuit. But in case of a DC, it always flows in one direction. Because of this reason, there is the loss in DC would be I square or R loss in a single, that is phase and neutral. But in a single phase circuit, the loss would be 2 I square R because of the go path and the return path which I have showed you. So the number third thing is that electrons keep switching directions forward and backward, and electrons move steadily in one direction, that is in forward. Now the fourth point would be it is obtained from AC generation, whereas DC is obtained from a cell or a battery, or from where you can get cell, battery, or where, or any rectifier, that is you are rectifying it. So basically the frequency of AC is 50 hertz. Okay, in India it is 50 hertz, in America it is 60 hertz. Nobody asked me, sir, why in India it is 50 hertz, in America it is 60 hertz. What is the reason? Do you want to know or not? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
okay, yeah. So these questions you should ask, na? So in India, why it is 50 hertz? Have you seen the this Indian currency notes? Who created electricity in India? Do you have any idea?
UK.
UK, huh? United Kingdom, the British Empire. Okay, Pax Britannica. So if you look at it, them in the US, when they were setting up the standard, so they 60 hertz they kept. Why they have kept 60 hertz? Because in 1 minute there are 60 cycles. So when I say 1 hertz, it is what? It is 1 cycle per second. So 1 cycle means like this, full cycle. This is 0, pi and 2 pi. So this is 360 degree. So in 1 second, 60 times this is happening. Okay. This is the second time, third time, fourth time, 5 times, 6 times, till 60 times this is happening. So this is frequency, that what is meant by this 60 hertz, because it's happening at a lightning quick pace and lightning quick speed, so we don't realize, but this is meant by 60 hertz. Whereas 50 hertz means 50 times this is happening. This is 50 times. Now they kept based upon this, but in British India they want to be little different from US. Okay, so what they done, if you check at the numeric system, they have 1 to 5. This is their multiplication ratio. Even Indian currency, if you look, today also if you look, you have 1 into 10, that is 10 rupees. You will get 2 into 20 rupees. You will get into 10, that is multiplication, 200 into 10, you will even get 2000. Okay, here also you will get 5 into 10, you will get 50. Okay, 5 into 10, 500. Even you can get 5000, no problem. If he wishes, he can create. So here you see 1 into 1000, 1000. Have you heard anywhere in the history of India of 30 rupee note? 70 rupee note, 90 rupee note? No. Huh? Have you heard?
No, sir.
Why?
No, sir.
This goes long back into the history. So that is the reason why they have wanted to be little different from India. So they followed their numeric system. They wanted to be as close to 60 hertz. So, but they preferred their numeric system. Uh, they could have gone like this 55, but the numeric system did not prevent. So the maximum they can get is this 50 hertz. No other technical reason. It is the reason is in the history. Okay. So one more thing is that you will see for the generation there would be always in 11, 13 and something like that. When the Edison created his bulb, he created for 10 kilo, this in the range of 10, 100 and all. For AC, they gave this thing. For one unit, they kept for this transmission loss. So hence it was 11, 13s in odd numbers. Okay, nothing like that. Somebody will tell you it is because of the power factor, this thing, a form factor or something like that. This is wrong, entirely wrong. This is only in the history, this reason. So that form factor and all, I'll be explaining in the coming classes. So these are certain important things and very interesting discussions that you should know. And see, in case of a DC, there is no power factor. So in case of DC, there is no power factor. Why there is no power factor? Because the voltage, there is no angle between voltage and current. Voltage and current are in the same direction. So this theta V minus theta I happens to be 0 only. But in AC, there is a power factor. Now, what will govern this power factor? Okay, suppose there are three parameters: resistance, inductance, and capacitance. So this resistance, it will be, if you connect it, it will not create an angle difference. Voltage and current would be in the same direction. Okay, suppose I connect a 100-watt bulb. So okay, 200-watt bulb, 300-watt bulb. So which bulb will, see if I have a power is Vi cos phi. So this is the 100-watt bulb power. Okay, V into I cos phi. So there would be no change in power factor due to any, even if I connect a 1 kilowatt bulb. Because bulb is a resistive load, that is the incandescent bulb which we are connecting. This is basically a resistive load. But when you are connecting any heating appliance like your heater or your electrical iron or your geyser or your boiler, it is basically an inductive load. It is an or your induction heater, inductive load. Why it's an inductive load? See, whenever you will get an inductive load, you just observe, go back to your energy meter that is connected to your house. You will see the red color light is there. There would be more blinking of it. It starts to blink more. It is because of the heating load, inductive load which you have connected. Whenever you are connecting the inductive load, there would be more power factor lagging. So their power factor would be lagging. So if the power factor is lagging, so what happens is that your bill will come more, okay, in comparison to bulbs. Okay, now depending upon, now you will say, sir, no, if we are using that LED bulbs and new type of technology, we are getting lesser bill. That's correct, because for the LED bulb, if you see, the wattage of the power is reduced significantly. You can see 6 watts, 3.5 watts, and the illumination power is good. So if the wattage is getting reduced, so what happens? Basically in your home, the voltage would be same. Voltage is same. Any point you take a multimeter, okay, two multimeters you need. Take a multimeter, check at one point, check at another point, simultaneously same voltage. And all the loads in your home are connected in parallel. Okay. And your circuit is at your house wiring is done in parallel. So when we are going to the house wiring section, therein we are going to learn how it is done. It is done in parallel. If it is done in series, means if your loads are connected in series, means if one connection is gone, entire network will collapse. There would be no power in the house. Now if it is done in parallel, if one connection goes, the power remains. Okay, power remains to the other loads. Only this point trips or this switch trips. Then what happens is that you go down and lift that switch, and this point also operates. Suppose because of overload, there is a circuit breaker that is connected and it gets stripped, or sometimes the main MCB trips because of the overload, and you just lift that MCB and the power starts to come. So in the coming lectures, what we are going to understand is there are certain quantities in AC. Okay, these quantities are called as average power. Okay, uh, RMS power, uh, form factor. So okay, form factor. So these things we are going to learn in the coming section. So this was just a basic introduction to AC. How is AC and what are these? So from the today's discussion, what we learned is that in AC there is no polarity. There is a concept of phase and neutral, and what we saw is that there is a angular difference between voltage and current in an AC signal, and an AC signal is a time varying signal both in magnitude, sorry, in direction, as well as it can be in magnitude also. See here also you can see, if I draw like this, and here, then here, this is also AC, fine, because there is a change in, but this is like pulsating type of AC, so it contains some amount of ripples, so that is not limited to this discussion, but moreover we have understood. Any doubts you are having? Tell me of this class, any doubts you are having? Manoj, you have any doubts? Yeah.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, previous class, if you had any doubts, please tell me. Like, you are not following that polarity and direction. So I have always told you, whenever you have any circuit like this, okay, in the circuit there would not be any mention. Okay, it would be just like this, connected like this. There would be no mention. So what you do is that you have to, like, I will tell you, this is 6, 8, 9 and 10. Suppose I tell you this is 40. I tell you calculate the value of I. So in order to calculate the value of I, you can calculate it. Okay, how do you calculate the value of I? One thing is, like, if you have to write this equation, plus minus, first you remember this, plus minus, you do like this. Okay, no problem. Another thing here would be to calculate the equivalent resistance. And whenever you are doing any problem, see, unlike the books, I'm teaching you some very good techniques. First of all, you label this point is A, an element has come, so the point will change B. Till here B, an element has come. Element can be any voltage source, any resistance, any capacitance, any inductance. Okay, what is an element? Element can be, or even a current source like this. Any If it is not a normal wire, anything coming in between becomes an element. Okay, so here like this you have to do. So here, see, I have told you, if you are taking like this voltage, so this is like this, because this is flowing like this. Okay, so it is going. So I have told you minus to plus, if the voltage, this is polarity and this is current direction. So when I calculate what I have to take positive and what I have to take negative, if this is a rising direction, I take it as positive. Okay, if it is a falling direction, I take it as negative. Okay, so this is my concept. In some books, what they do is that, majority of the books, what they do is, negative to positive, if it is going, they are taking this as negative, and fall, they are taking it as positive. That is fine. Okay, no problem. But practically it does not look nice, because I'm a practical man. Means if you go to the lab, you will understand more. So this you will find in the notes also, because it has been pre-created notes, no problem. So if you are convenient with this, okay. If you like my way of, you can do, because you will not get confused over here, okay, and you will always get the solution, correct solution. Are you comfortable with the orange technique or blue technique? Tell me, Srushti.
Sir, orange, sir.
Orange is convenient, I also feel, okay. If you do any problem, you just go and try in the notes, in the books, whatever we have given you, try any problem with this orange technique. Although in the notes you will find the blue technique, do with orange. Whether you will get different answer, no, you will get the same answer, okay. So I'll be winding up the class, it's already time. So for attendance, you have to
Excuse me,
raise.
sir.
Yeah, tell me.
So, what is the syllabus of first IIT for first IIT?
No, we'll create the first module. When is the first IIT scheduled?
So, from
23rd.
23rd of January.
Yeah, first IIT first module will cover first module, no problem. AC till AC fundamentals. So we have a class on Saturday. We have two classes, right? So I'll be
Saturday is holiday, sir.
Saturday is holiday. So again, when we are meeting Monday,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
I'll
yes,
ask
sir.
Suvita ma'am to give me 1 or 2 classes. Let's see. Tomorrow maybe I'll request if they're having. So because most of the teachers, because I have taught you little slowly only, I feel, but still you are not able to grasp. Because it's basic electrical engineering, so it takes time to understand. I can understand you're shifting from 12th to this, so that's why. No problem. We'll see. Okay. So you have given attendance for 56 people have come. Okay then. Okay, thank you very much. I'll be stopping.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me, Shasti.
Sir, can we get the notes in Google Classroom?
It's there only, na. I've
It's in Drive, sir.